Hello, and welcome to Reality TV News Update, where you'll find the most recent news, entertaining moments, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Rich Meehan and Allison Grodner discuss whether the Rachel Riley effect will have an effect on the following season. Big Brother is known for its twists. Some are outlandish, some are contentious, and some are just plain absurd. But the twist that paid the biggest dividends in the recently completed season 27 was the decision to bring back former winner Rachel Riley. Floaters, grab a life vest. Reality royalty has officially arrived. Was Rachel's typical boastful entry into the house. However, she backed up those boasts by adding vigor and vim to the season and never being nominated for eviction until her controversial exit on day 60 thanks to the White Locust Hamster Wheel competition. On Big Brother, it used to be fairly common to bring back one or more all-stars to compete with new players. In point of fact, Rachel's previous season 13 victory came against newcomers as a returning player. However, that was a different franchise era. Paul Abrahamian made his return to the show way back in season 19, which marked the last time it featured both returning and new characters. So considering the interest Rachel generated in her celebrated return, does that mean Big Brother will start bringing back more former winners or popular returnees to compete against first-timers? We questioned executive producers Allison Grodner and Rich Meehan, and despite the fact that we are all too familiar with the tendency to anticipate the unanticipated, their responses caught us off guard. Grodner asserts, "You never know. I mean, it worked out nicely, but we don't necessarily like to repeat ourselves all the time either. I think it was nice that there was a break and that we had complete newbie casts playing. And so it just depends." Grodner asserts that merely deciding whether to reinstate a particular player is not sufficient. It also depends on the creative, she notes. And this was a big part of the first creative going into the season. The mystery and letting her into the game through the mastermind's partner and things like that. For Grodner, whether we see a Taylor or a Danielle or a Vanessa in season 28 is more about whether it fits into the creative theme than a simple desire to get someone back on our screens. If it works for that, then certainly, but I don't think it's a given that it needs to happen every season. Meehan agrees with the statement that determining the season's theme is the first step. This season's creative dictated, "Hey, let's bring someone back." And we had that. That would be really fun to watch. It wasn't the opposite. It was not like, let's bring an all-star, build creative around that, and figure it out. Therefore, the creative element pretty much dictated it. This strategy dates all the way back to season 14, when Dan Giesling, Janelle Pierzina, Mike Boogie, Brittany Haynes, and others made a return for one of the franchise's most acclaimed episodes, as well as the most well-known moment in Big Brother history. Meehan asserts, it typically works that way. Whether it was the coach's twist or whatever, usually there's some creative element that kind of lends itself to that. Therefore, we will take a brief break before beginning the creative process the following year, and after that, we will see. And when exactly will they start working on next year's theme? Meehan explains, we'll start at the beginning of the year. It's evolved over the years. But what we tend to do now is try to find something that is a little bit zeitgeisty that we can parody, or have fun with in a way that resembles Big Brother. That's been the last handful of years, whether it was the multiverse, or whether it was AI, or the mystery and crime theme this season. We try to look at like what's popular that we can kind of poke at. Grodner adds, and you don't want to do that too early. Of course, even if players don't come back to compete, they always end up showing up in some bizarre fashion or another, such as this year's finale reveal of not one, not two, but three masterminds. Mr. Jesse P.E.C. Tacular Godders, Frankie Grande, and Eric Stein were revealed as the trio controlling the season from behind the scenes, also assured by the producers, Dr. After the triple reveal, Will, who was initially arrested for participating in the mastermind's heinous scheme, was immediately released and cleared of all charges. Phew, do you want to be informed about everything Survivor? Dig deep and sign up for Entertainment Weekly's free Survivor Weekly newsletter to have all the latest news, interviews, and commentary sent right to your inbox. Speaking of the Mastermind-S, with Halloween around the corner, any chance they will mass market Mastermind masks for sale on the CBS website? "We missed the boat on that because those are some good masks," says Grodner. "We could have been selling them for Halloween." Alas, the masks were more complicated to make than some may realize. "Those were specially made masks, by the way," Grodner notes. "They are not cheap. We heard all the Party City jokes," Meehan says, laughing. However, those were in fact works of art. Evil, diabolical art. The producers of Big Brother have discussed something that could be one of the most exciting developments in the show's history in an exclusive interview: the possibility of several previous winners returning to the Big Brother house. With the success of past All-Star and Legends seasons, producers say the idea of bringing back more champions is very much on the table for an upcoming season. According to insiders close to production, conversations have been ongoing for months about assembling a Winners' Showdown, a season that would see some of the most iconic victors from the show's two-decade run face off once again. Executive producer Alison Grodner hinted that fans might not have seen the last of their favorite masterminds, underdogs, and strategists. Grodner teased, "We're always thinking about how to honor the show's legacy while keeping it fresh. We share the fans' love of nostalgia. There's definitely interest in seeing some of those big names return." Names that have reportedly been floated in early talks include fan favorites like Derek Levasseur, Xavier Prather, Taylor Hale, and even Big Brother 2 winner Dr. Will Kirby, whose legendary gameplay is still influential on contestants today. While no official confirmations have been made, producers say they're exploring creative ways to balance returning players with potential new twists to keep the format unpredictable. "We don't want to simply repeat an all-star season," said one producer. "We'd love to see how these winners adapt to a totally different kind of game, maybe one with brand new rules or unexpected alliances. Take, for instance, a group of players who already know how to win. It would be a mental chess match from day one." According to reports, the conversation started as a result of the intense fan participation in the Big Brother 25 anniversary special, which featured cameos and interviews with several former contestants. The nostalgia sparked renewed excitement across the fandom, leading to trending hashtags like #Legends and #WinnersAtWarBB. Buzz on social media has only increased producer interest in making a season that tests what happens when the best of the best meet while paying homage to the show's long history. But bringing back former winners isn't without its challenges. Scheduling conflicts, contract negotiations, and balancing the mix of personalities can be tricky. These are people with careers, families, and major fan bases, the source noted. "It's hard to get everyone to agree to live together for months, but it will be worth it if we are successful." Fans are already speculating about dream matchups: Dan Giesling versus Taylor Hale, Taylor Levasseur, and Xavier Prather, or even a battle between social game experts like Jun Song and Andy Heron. Grodner confirmed that the door is wide open, despite producers' efforts to keep specifics under wraps for the time being. She stated, "We love our Big Brother alumni. We would absolutely welcome our previous winners back home when the timing is right and the stars align. One thing is certain: the following Big Brother season may be the most strategic, dramatic, and nostalgic it has ever been."